ようこそスティールボールランレースへ。このスティールボールランレースは1890年9月25日午前10時、この太平洋サンディエゴのビーチをスタートし、ゴールニューヨークとする人類史上初の乗馬による北米大陸横断レースである。総距離は約4000マイル。コースは9つのステージに分けられ、制した者に贈られる賞金は5000万ドル。このスティールボールランレースは世界中の誰もが体験したことのない競技大会となるだろう。
Hello everyone, and welcome to the new announcements event for the anime Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Hello everyone and welcome to the new announcements event for the anime Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Today, September 23rd, was the day that start of the Steel Ball Run race was declared. Just like the story, Steven Steele kicked off this event with a powerful opening declaration. What did you think? Did you like it? How was it? Of course, you just heard Steven's voice, but he was actually voicing it from behind. I'm sure you might have thought that it was recorded. No, that was live. Coming from the actor, who will be announced, revealed. I'm sure you have lots of guesses, but please look forward to greeting them. My name is Sasha, and I'll be your MC today. Well, I'd like to let you know what the overview of the event is going to be. Today, we will be sharing many exciting announcements about the upcoming anime Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. There is a lot in store, so stay tuned.
Various new announcements on the anime Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So we are also broadcasting the English real-time translation channel. If you like to listen to this event in English, please switch to the English version. You will find the link on the information.
And all the wonderful announcements we would love for you to spread using the hashtag JoJo_anime.
Fans all around the world, please help spread today's fresh news out to the world with the hashtag JoJo_anime.
We would also like to ask that you refrain from taking pictures, screen captures, or record this event. Thank you for your cooperation. Well, without further ado, let's get into the thrilling announcements. Firstly, I'm sure you're both waiting for this. The Steel Ball Run JoJo Bizarre Adventure teaser is what we want to share. This is the very first time everybody in the world is going to get to see the animation.
We are thrilled to present the brand new trailer for Street Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And for this is something you've all been waiting for. Very first time the animation will be revealed to the world. Are you ready? 準備はいいですか？ Alright.
Ready?
では行きましょう。
Here we go.
Here it comes.
これよりスティールボールランレースの開会を宣言する。
絶対に突き止めてやる。もう一度馬に乗ってやる。
レースで優勝しなきゃなんでな。よっ。
残された足だけが勝者の条件となる。
このレースの勝者はこの世のヒーローになるわ。
世界中の誰もが体験したことのない競技大会となるだろう。
この物語は僕が歩き出す物語だ。
さあいかがでしたでしょうか？ Do you like it?
What did you
どうですか？
think? That was awesome.
いやー、ついに動いている。
We finally got to see the animation, the characters in motion. As you were watching it, I'm sure it really inspired your imagination. But before we go forward, we would like to reveal the main characters and the voice cast. Are you ready? Are you ready for the announcement?
All right. Are you ready for the announcement of the voice cast and the characters? Here they are.
「この物語は僕が歩き出す物語だ」。
レースで優勝しなきゃなんでな。
残された足だけが勝者の条件となる。
このレースの勝者はこの世のヒーローになるわ。
世界中の誰もが体験したことのない競技大会となるだろう。
So these are our 5 main characters. What do you think?
Now we are welcoming the voice cast members of the 5 characters on stage.
And today you're in for a treat because we are going to be voiced by the 5 voice cast. Please put your hands together to welcome them on stage. What a gorgeous, gorgeous cast. Can you please put your hands together again?
All right, now it's time to introduce themselves. それでは皆様自己紹介をお願いいたします。まずは
Can you please introduce yourselves? Sakata-san. Thank you so much for coming today. I get to play Johnny Joestar. My name is Shogo Sakata. I flubbed it a little bit, but I hope we have a good time today. The nervousness probably comes from how big a project this is. Next up, I put everything I had into the character Jairo Tseppari. My name is Yohei Azakami. Thank you. Ishikawa-san. I play Diego Brando. My name is Kaito Ishikawa. And Takashi-san. I play Lucy Steven. I lived as her. My name is Ria Takahashi. And Miyake-san. Welcome to the Steel Ball Run race. Thank you. Thank you. My name is Kenta Miyake, and I get to play Steven Steele.
Thank you very much. We are so excited to welcome these amazing 5 voice casts on stage. Please give it up for them once again. Now, for those who are here in this room, you are actually part of the official Steel Ball Run race press conference. Thank you for attending. We have real journalists, but there are people pretending to be journalists. Well, I guess there are many different types of journalists. And so, well, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. And so for those at home watching the live stream, feel free to share the cast information we just announced using the hashtag JoJo_anime. And for those who are here, you can do it later on after the event. So now with that, have the chairs. I want to ask the cast to take a seat. Yes, now let's talk about the show, shall we? Well, first of all, let me briefly introduce this title. Steel Ball Run is the 7th part of the JoJo series. It was serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump and later Ultra Jump from 2004 to 2011. Fast forward 14 years, the long-awaited anime adaptation is finally being announced. So, the JoJo series has quite a history, as we all know. But I understand that the casting was done through auditions. So my first question for you all is, do you have any stories you can share with us about the audition and what was your reaction when you first learned that you got the role? So Sakata-san, you seemed very nervous earlier on. And let me start with you. Yes, so my first tape audition, my manager is actually a huge fan of JoJo. And so I myself, I really read into the original Steel Ball Run manga, but I got all these advice from my manager, who's a huge fan. So I was able to go in feeling a little bit reassured because I was able to get a lot of tips from a huge fan, and so I was able to improve my delivery. And there are some ora lines I need to deliver. And that was really important to nail. And so when I first got the call, I passed the audition. Even when I was sleeping, when I was in bath, I was actually rephrasing the ora lines. I really wanted to nail that. And so especially with the audition, I'm really proud of that part. Ishikawa-san, do you have anything you want to add? Saying all these ora lines in your daily life, that can be really scary, right? That's your fate, I guess. But working together with your manager, it really feels like you work as a team, similar to the protagonist in the show. What about you, Azakami-san? and myself, the JoJo series, and obviously with Snowball Run, it was something I've been reading when I was in student. So I felt, oh my God, finally it has now come. So there was a lot of excitement, but also anticipation I was going through. Actually, I auditioned for multiple characters, not just Gyro. And each character, I read the original manga again from different perspectives, POVs. And so I probably went through the race like 3 times already. It was a long journey, but now I feel that I have been able to come to the starting point, and so excited. So yes, you had like 3 races, so that means 2,000 miles. Ishikawa-san, what about you? And so I actually was a part of the Goblin, and I actually was taught how to deliver lines with JoJo, and so I kept that in mind when I went into the audition for Diego. Well, so it's not aura, but Diego has this muda way of delivery, and so with JoJo there's a rule. So there's like, if you have muda like 16 times, you have to read all 16 mudas, and there's this rule with JoJo's script. And so even if you run out of breath, you have to keep going and nail that number of mudas. And when I was auditioning, there was a lot of mudas. So I was going muda, but because I was so nervous, I kept losing my breath, and so I was a bit confused. And people were telling me, said, well, this is just an audition, you don't have to try that hard. But I was going for this. I was like, no, I'm going to do this all through. And so I, kept doing it, and I got the part. And what about you, Takahashi-san? So at the audition stage, so I get all these researches and studies, and the scenes that I had to audition had all these, like, it was like an emotional roller coaster ride. And I guess I could feel that the team really wanted to see how I could nail these emotional arcs. And so they were asking me all these different emotions. And Miyake-san, so I heard that you wanted to get a JoJo part. That was the reason you came into this job. And yes, that's true. But those folks in this room and also the folks at home, I actually was a part of the voice in part 3, Stardust Crusaders, and actually I kind of messed it up because I loved it so much, and I was super nervous. I was only to get 1/10 of my voice ready for that line, but now this time around I was able to nail Steven's voice from the beginning. Yes, I was able to nail that fresh Steven voice from the beginning. Very refreshing, and nail that opening declaration of the race. Thank you so much, everybody. So,
Thank you so much. It's like you were giving an election speech. But we also like to ask what you think about your characters, Sakata-san. Well, Johnny is very human, I think. The vulnerable part, or the part that we see as maybe slightly immature, those things, I think, are actually what is attractive about the characters, because he shows his vulnerability, and yet he's able to stand up. And that's what I wanted to express. Azukami-san, well, Gyro Zeppeli is very, very challenging character, because depending on the scene, depending on the situation, his expression changes. is quite elusive, and I feel like, okay, I feel like I captured him, and then the next moment I feel like I've lost him already. So it was a challenge, but in a way, he is lost too. There's moments when you feel his humanity. And from Johnny's point of view, he's almost like a master, but he also learns a lot from Johnny. So it was a dream to play this character. Ishikawa-san, well, Diego is talented, he has knowledge, he has experiences, he's smart. So he's kind of like the man who stands in the way of the main two characters. Not that Diego feels like he's doing that. So I didn't want to come across like that. But there are moments where we had to really show what their backstory was, and that I wanted to make sure that was reflected in our voices. Takashi-san, Lucy Steele is my character, and as a Steele, to live as a Steele, her pride, and she does look young, but she's wise, she has an old soul, she has a clear, beautiful soul, and I want to express all of that. Miyake-san, well, like I said earlier, he's a very fresh character, and very straightforward and direct. That's my impression of Stephen Steele. He somehow is able to be very straightforward in his pursuit of his dream. He is the middle-aged man that I would like to become when I grow up. So, as I play him, I was thinking, this is the adult, grown-up that I want to become. And again, I wanted to present him as somebody in a very direct and fresh way.
Well, like you mentioned a little bit in your answers, but I wanted to ask you about the impressions of the voice cast members. You are already, recording the voices. So what was the experience like? So let's start from Asakami-san. Oh, the recording? Well, I mean, when we came together to record the first episode, and I was really, we didn't know what kind of acting we were bringing to the table, so we kind of laid out the ideas and then kind of throwing things at each other. And there was this chemistry happening right in front of us. And for me, Steel Ball Run, it was something I've read the manga growing up. So having that come to life right in front of me with everybody's voices was so exciting for me. But I have to also remember that I, as a voice actor, voicing Gyro, I need to deliver. But I felt my temperature rise a degree. But you work most closely with Sakata-san, right? Yes. At the beginning, Gyro was this mysterious character that needed to figure out. And slowly become buddies, and then there's this growth that we show. And so, and I always felt like having this conversation, like talking with Gyro. And so it really felt like, this project was happening. And Miyake-san, how was it? Was it very refreshing with clarity? Well, it was actually really hot, the recording, because it's still Ball Run, right? There's this huge expectation, and so there's so many cast members in the studio, and JoJo, the series itself. Because you probably need twice as much or 3 times as much breath to bring this volume in your voice. So everybody was well prepared in their delivery. So there was this huge energy and excitement in the studio. And but we worked a lot with Lucy. Yeah, Yes, because in the studio he was standing next to me as my husband, and it was very reassuring. And because the acting starts from there, and so we were making sure we were okay, looking after each other. That was what it was like. Yes, we are a couple. We wanted to show that. And Ishikawa-san, what was your impression of everyone else? Well, still ball run. Once the race commenced with the announcement, because of the scale of this title, people were kind of guessing what people want going to bring to the table, and then depending on that, how your delivery changes, like you make adjustments. And so it was almost like waiting for the race to happen before going into the studio. In the studio, like Miyake-san was saying, there was a lot of voice actors, so I was actually standing outside of the booth because I wasn't able to go inside. There wasn't enough oxygen for me, and so I had to step out a little bit, and so I thought that was kind of like Diego. It's very symbolic of him, because still us the Steels, we weren't able to go in together because there's so much people inside, and so yes. So we were just sitting, perching right outside the studio and waiting. Well, we have the five of you, and we were just wondering who else is the voice cast of this amazing title.
We also like to, of course, ask about the story itself. So, not the character, but yourself. If you were to take part in the race, what kind of a strategy do you think you will employ? Sakata-san? Well, I prefer to pursue rather than be pursued. So I would like to position myself right after the leader so that I could have enough energy to take the leader in the last moment to finish first. Azakami-san, well, I'm okay. I'll take that challenge. Well, there's a lot of desert, so that we have to race. So there's a lot of hints that you can get from part 3, like Wheel of Fortune. If we can use that stand, I think that will definitely benefit the competitor. It's a mainstream stand. You can also go subterranean as well. If you could utilize the stand for your advantage, I think it'll be a good race. So Miyake-san, you seem like you really like that strategy. Yeah, I absolutely approve. Miyake-san, what do you think? Well, because I'm Steven Steele, rather than taking part in the race, I want to film close-ups of these moments of battles, but that's going to be very dangerous to do in reality. So I would like to use Moody Jazz, and so I will have the battle be recreated, and I'll take pictures and I'll sell those photos. So you're saying that you won't take part? Yes, I won't be in the race, but I will sell the race. And I will upsell it to Rohan Kishibe sensei so that he could inspire the manga. Thank you. Takai-san, I would prefer not to take part. I did realize that there was a champagne in a shot of a champagne, and I would prefer to be a billionaire who is going to be able to watch the race as I sip champagne. Let's have some champagne then. You really get along as a couple, don't you? Yes. But both of you would rather be spectators. Ishikawa-san, now you put me in the spot. Sorry, I went in the wrong order. Well, I don't like competition. I don't like to fight. What? But I would like to just make sure that I would prefer to be on a donkey and go slowly, but given what they were saying, I will at the beginning have a mad dash so that I would be absolutely in the front so that I could mentally damage the competitors. And by making that first dash, that's very Diego. And like grains or the sand that you can fix, sands like that. Maybe I could utilize all of those little sneaky stands. That's going to be quite a challenge. Yes, I'm gonna take over him. Whatever the case. Well, this race spans 4,000 miles, 6,000 kilometers, and this is a key theme of the show as well. So I wanted to ask about your own life, looking back. How would you describe your own long journey that persevered to get to where you are today? Ishikawa-san, can you go first? Again, you put me on the spot. Well, though, if I look back, I feel like I just was completely giving everything I had every day because it's a profession that you really can't see what's going to happen in the future. It's about the now. It's what auditions, what people I get to work with. So I value them. And you have a long career because you started very young. Yes, I started when I was a high schooler. And so they were kind of father figures, mother figures in the industry for me. And I've been so fortunate for them to be supporting me. And Azakami-san, I tend to get bored easily, so for me to continue to do something for a long span is very rare, and acting is that rare thing. It's the journey that I aspire to experience. And the moment I wanted to perform, it felt like I was thrown into the desert. I didn't know what was the goal, what was the direction. I just knew that I had to put one step forward, and that's not an easy thing. It has always been a challenge. But sometimes there are oases, these pieces of work that reassure me that my choices in my journey was not wrong. And like Sakata-san was saying earlier, his manager was a huge fan of JoJo. And for the audition, we had a lot of discussions. And we really talked in depth. And we finally got the role. So those people around us are waving the flags, giving us energy, and that's why I think we can continue to do this job. I wonder what stage you are in the desert. I'm not sure, and I think this is an endless journey. Not that there's a goal. Sakata-san? Well, when I look back on my life, there were lots of setbacks, of course, and those are moments of agony that I felt like I ran from. But in the end, I feel like the way I think takes a 180-degree change, and I am able to, in the end, make that next step. So there's lots that happened in your journey, yes, and this work is probably going to be a big part of that. Yes, I mean, it comes with so many pressures, but what I can do is to give everything I have from my soul in front of the microphone. So I try not to think about all the other stuff. Takashi-san, in terms of a journey, I think this job, this challenge is to continue to become a voice actor, to become something, and is that energy is slightly different from continuing something. And I think once you continue, though, you can keep on going. So my goal is to continue, and I always want to start.
Is there something that you've started recently? Oh, it's a small thing. I actually collect stamps, stickers. Well, stickers, sorry. Yes. It doesn't have nothing to do with voice acting, but because it's fun, I enjoy doing it. Yes, I collect stickers. That's so cute. And so, yes, but it's continuing what you do is the most important. Okay, so the person who has the most experience, Miyake-san. Well, looking back my career, or like today, the journey I took until I got this role for Silver Run, in hindsight, I would. It's the initial flame, because I actually was a part of the Star Crusader Part 3, and it's still I still love that work. And even if I am playing Stephen Steele this time, I actually still love that role. And so, and I'm not. I still wonder if I should take this role. Am I the right person for Stephen Steele? But deep inside, I feel this initial spark or this flame. My best friend's daughter is maybe made that connection to that world. Maybe there's that possibility. That is why I should do the voice for Stephen Stills. So it's just my interpretation, but that was what I thought. So because I had that initial flame still burning, so that is why I'm here. That's what's been on my mind. And so the reason that I'm here today, if I look back on my journey, it was because of that initial fire. Yes, because those two characters inside you, it's definitely connected, right? Yes. Okay. So we've been listening to a lot of answers, but I would like to share the team behind the show. Directing the series is Yasuhiro Kimura and Hideya Takahashi, who also directed Golden Wing. The series director is Toshiyuki Kato. Series structure is Yasuko Kobayashi. Character design is Daisuke Tsumagari. Music is Yugo Kano. Sound director is Yoshikazu Iwanami. And animation is done by David Production. It's all the familiar faces for the JoJo series. And today we have a comment from the director of the series, Yasuhiro Kimura, which I would now like to share with you. Having revealed the teaser video and the cast information through this event, I am generally feel that we are finally ready to get the whole world of the serial run race alongside everybody. My heart is full of joy as I bring this beloved story to life along with the team, offering our best work. I hope you look forward to the day we deliver the completed season. That was the message from the director. Any comments from anyone? So yes, I feel that I will continue working with him, no matter what. I feel the love from him, and it's probably because it's this title, unique to this title, because he uses a lot of metaphor with journey and also the race, and it really feels powerful. So yes, I will do my best in working with him. And so, yes, now the race has started with the leadership of the director. So, a lot of exciting things to do. And yes, and as previously announced, I'm sure you are wondering, Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure will be streamed globally on Netflix in 2026. Please hold on just a little longer until its release.
Will be coming to Netflix in 2026. Please look forward to its premiere.
Okay, so we would like to have the cast stand up, please. And yes, how time flies, we would like to ask the cast to say a quick word for everyone. Miyake-san? Well, so thank you all for coming to the Steel Ball Run press conference. It is all of your energy, your life energy is here inspiring to create this legend of this title. And so we hope that everybody would keep cheering for us. So this is it from Steven Steele, Miyake, Kenta Miyake. Okay, Takahashi-san. Yes. We are about to start this journey with this story, and I am so happy, and I am so proud to be doing Lucy, and I will continue working hard for this. Thank you, Ishikawa-san. And once again, it's great to be a part of this long-running series of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I am playing a character that is the new Dio, which stands heavy on my shoulder. I will do my best to play this part, obviously, but also being a part of the voice acting industry, to have this conviction of competing in this world and winning this cast. I would like to commit to this race so that I will win and beat these people who are standing next to me.
Thank you. Asakami-san. Again, I get to play Jairo Tseperi. Thank you for coming today. When I was a high schooler, I was so into this work. And after 15, 16 years, after all this time, for it to become an animation, and to be part of it, it's like a miracle. Because anything that you were a fan of, that you read, the adaptations happen quite quickly, like a year, maybe 2 years. But in this case, I was, if I were reading the manga at 18, and if it had been an anime adaptation had been made when I was 20, I would not have enough experience. And I think to have been a fan of a manga in my youth and to be part of this work as this incredible character that's Jairo is a dream race, literally. And so I hope you watch over my race until the end, until the goal. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Sakata-san, Again, I get to play Johnny Joestar. My name is Shogo Sakata, and when I read the Steel Ball Run, for Johnny to be able to walk on his 2 feet, 2 legs, what does that mean? That's something that I have continued to think about as I play him. And I hope when we watch the anime together, we will understand that meaning together. The race with Azukami-san, all the Korean cast, we will be voicing the characters from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much.
はい、ありがとうございます。さあ、それではここからはフォトセッションに移りたいと思います。
Thank you. We'd like to move on to the photo call. Give us a moment until we reset the stage. For the members of the press, please stay within the area, the press area. Members of the audience, members of the public, please do not take pictures during this time.
男女皆様寄っていただいてボードを持っていただきます。はい、はい、ではまず、はい、オフィシャルからいきます。
Okay, we're going to start with our official photographer, who's in the middle.
はい。はい、皆様真ん中集まってますので、そのまま今度下の段の皆様1列目ですね。と皆さん見ていただきたいと思います。
Can you all look at the still photographers in the first row, please?
2列目の方はお待ちください。はい、1列目の方終わったら2列目の方。
Moving on to the second row.
はい、じゃあ2列目いきますね。2列目の方どうぞお立ちいただいても大丈夫です。はい。1列目の方はすみません、お座りください。はい。皆さん目線の指示をお願いしますね。
If you need their eye line, please raise your hand.
その隣に行きますかね。徐々に右の方に。
Okay, let's gradually turn to your right.
はい。真ん中のスチールもう一回いきますね。はい。
And let's go back to the center where our official photographer is.
それもありました。後方のテレビカメラがありますね。
And lastly, we have TV cameras in the back of the auditorium. And so if you could wave.
いらっしゃいます。じゃあだんだん左の方から右見ていきましょうかね。
Let's start with the left and gradually turn to your right.
はい、少しずつ
Slowly
向かっていく。
to the center
ちょうどど真ん中ぐらいから右のライトに向かって
and to the right.
という感じで大丈夫かな。はい、ありがとうございます。ということで、
Thank you very much.
そして高橋さん、三宅さんは
Ishikawa-san, Takahashi-san, Miyake-san, thank you very much for joining us. Please put your hands together as we send them off. And on the stage, we have the 2 main cast. And like we said, we asked the public to attend this event as if you're a journalist. So, members of the audience, you're going to get to take some pictures now, as if you're a member of the press. Please ready your phones. But everybody's going to be taking pictures, so try not to move too much from where you are to not obstruct the others. So please be seated as you take the photos. Okay, we're going to ask Sakata-san, Hazukami-san to look forward, straight to the center. A few more seconds. I hope you got the shot. Okay. Can you turn to your left, please? A few seconds more. And to your right, please. Make sure you get that shot. Okay. We're going to give the TV cameras another chance to take some footage, shoot some footage. So can you wave again? Starting from the left, gradually to the center. We're in the middle. Let's move on to the right. Hope you got it. Thank you very much. And everyone, if you took a picture, please make sure that you share it on socials using the hashtag JoJo_anime. So before you go, Sakata-san, Azakami-san, can you say a few words? Azakami-san, again, thank you so much for joining us today. Shogo, who plays Johnny, is actually we work at the same agency, and I am a senior. But to be able to take part in the race that is this work, I feel is fated in some way, and I feel like there's so much I'm going to learn from him. Although as a character and in real life, I am his senior, and as a character, I'm his master. But I hope you watch over our race until the end. And lastly, Sakata-san, there's only one thing I would like to say. Let's race through this race until the end. Thank you so much. We can't wait. Sakata-san, Azakami-san, thank you very much. Again, audience members, please put your hands together for them. And this concludes the new announcements event for the anime Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Please keep an eye out for its release.
For the anime Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has now come to a close. Please look forward to its release. Your host was Sasha, and thank you so much, and see you in 2026. 進行はサシャでした。皆様どうもありがとうございました。
Again, thank you so much for watching the live stream.